my school back then, they ban students from bringing their Android phone into the school premises. Do you understand? When you bring it in, they seize your phone. They probably bring your parents and say, "Oh, your phone." It's not allowed. But students will always be. They will bring in that phone, even as young as secondary school.
So what do you think they should do? What
can they do?
All right, you're welcome to Miyad Gospel TV talk show. My name is Glory. Can I meet you?
I'm Florence of here.
Okay, Florence, we are welcome to today's talk show. We're looking at how to do with pornography as a teenager. Yeah, so pornography has done a lot of harm in society today, and a lot of youths, a lot of teenagers have indulged themselves in it. So we'll be looking at how to come out of that menace. And first of all, we're looking at what it's all about, the causes, and how to come out of it. So you'll be helping us with that. So first of all, we want to know, can you tell the audience what pornography is all about? Thank you, Mal.
Pornography is a depiction of sexual behavior. It can be either through pictures, videos, it can be written. For the purpose of inciting sexual excitement in a person. That's just what it is.
Okay, so if I get you right, you said it depicts sexual arousal through pictures, videos, and all that. So I want to know, please, is there a way that you can relate lust and pornography?
Lust and pornography?
Yes.
They can be related. Lust and pornography can be related, but lust, someone that has lust, do you understand? You might be lusting after somebody. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are somebody can be lusting after another person without actually watching pornography. Do you understand? A man can lust after a woman, a lady can lust after a man, but they are not they don't have the urge to watch pornography. Do you understand? People that also watch pornography, they are actually lusting after whatever visual that is being viewed in the pornography, whether through the video, the pictures. It's also called lust. Do you understand? And they can't, especially people who are addicted to it, they can't control the urges, you understand, to keep on using that. Do you understand? So someone that watches pornography, they are obviously lusting after those people in the pornography video or pictures, you understand? But another person can have lust, but just after a particular individual, physically, not necessarily because of the use of porn. Do you understand?
All right. So based on for the sake of what we're discussing now, talking about the youth, the teenagers per se, you agree with me that most of them do not know what lust is all about, or probably they get to encounter, probably see one of these nude pictures, all these porns. Maybe it comes up as an advert in their phones. Most of them initially might not even have a knowledge of what lust is, but as a result of that, maybe pictures, videos that pops up whenever they are with their phone, they want to go into it, and then as a process, they start watching it and they start lusting. So I want to ask, yes, you're saying that some persons might have this lust without watching porn. So how do you relate it to teenagers? Not having a knowledge of what lust is all about, and then all of a sudden they start watching, maybe handling their phones, in a world of technology like this, handling their phones, and then such kind of ad pops up. Are you saying that they cannot find themselves in that situation, that lost by watching?
Okay. Many teenagers today have access to technology. This is a technology generation, so it's very, very easy for teenagers nowadays to access, this sexual content online. Do you understand? They can even be on their own browsing the internet, and it pops up as an ad. Do you understand? Then how do they prevent themselves from actually that's one of the things that can trigger addiction to porn. That's how it starts for some people. Do you understand? So they don't know that they can find themselves, into it, lusting after, this pornographic situation just through those aids. Do you understand? But you're talking about how they can prevent themselves from being in that kind of situation.
We've not gotten to that point.
Okay.
I'm talking about, I'm trying to relate porn and lust.
Okay.
Yes, pornography and lust. I'm asking if there is a relationship between pornography and lust. And then you made a statement that someone can naturally just get lost without watching porn. Yes. So I'm not talking about the teenagers, that most of them do not even know what lust is all about at the first instance. And then watching porn, they get a knowledge of it. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, they can start lusting after watching
Watching.
pornography. Like once they start it the first time, do you understand? If it's like first time, probably like you'll be more curious. Do you understand about it? You might end up liking what you see. Do you
Okay.
understand? And you start you get these feelings when you watch those type of things. You end up getting these feelings when you lost something and they want to keep. That's how it starts. It's something that builds up. I really lost something that builds up. So it starts building up like that. And just the fact that they have access to images and to those sexual content online, because they are this is a technology generation. They can easily go back, when without this it popping up, just find it easily with the tap on their phone.
All right, that's cool. I want to go back to that and trying to look at the ways we can curb such kind of occurrences. Look at how to cure it. But before then, I want to ask: does this pornography issue does it affect relationship with other people? People that involve themselves in this pornography, do you think it affects their relationship with others?
Yes, it can affect. Visual pornography can affect your relationship with people. Whether you are in an intimate relationship or a friendship relationship or a familiar relationship, it can affect you in different ways. Even in school, it can affect the relationship you have with your peers. For example, someone who is in a relationship, like let's say a serious or intimate relationship now, it can affect their sexual lives because there's a way you get addicted to pornography. You will not be able to be aroused in situations whereby there isn't without a pornography situation. You will not be able to be aroused. That will make your spouse, make your other half, right? Say, make your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever the person, your partner. It make your partner worried too. Make your partner, like have like a bad self. Even yourself, you'll be worried yourself because you can't get aroused without actually being in a pornographic situation. You understand? Then, for people who are friends, let's just say a familiar relationship, you will notice once you're addicted, you start hiding the activities you do from your family or from your friends because you will not want them to know the extent to which you use porn. Do you understand? You start having you might start noticing that you're detaching from them, you're no longer in sync, just probably because maybe you feel you're not comfortable, you understand, or you don't want them to find out anything about you understand, because you're afraid they might find out how you're so deep into this watching of porn. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good one. Now, there's this saying that watching porn is often characterized to me as a male activity. Do you think women too are also indulged and involved in porn?
Yes, both male and female. So, they'll just yeah, I believe
So,
so.
do you think what could be the reason of a lady, or what could be behind that?
Do you
A
mean
lady will want to involve herself in pornography.
it just for alien?
Yes, I'm talking about a lady now. Because there's this general notion that it's a male activity. We all know that it's a male activity. They do it, they masturbate, they do a lot of things on the road of watching porn. But it's not common with ladies. But there's this, I want to know, is it really um, common with women right now?
If you ask me, like, you mean watching of porn?
Yes.
I believe that it's not only men that women in great numbers still just watching porn, but
But
they are
what could be
probably
what could be
not
their
as
reason?
open about it as maybe
The
the male counterpart. Yes.
So what could be their reason? Like, okay, now let me come out generally. What could be the reason for anybody to watch pornography? What could be the reason?
Like, okay, I want to give an instance. Like in my secondary school, my English teacher was telling us a story about a woman who, she later had problem in her marriage. She was a virgin when she got married to the husband. She had problem in the marriage. Do you understand? But luckily for her, husband was patient with her. When they like did some, will I say research or some digging, they discovered that back in the day she used to like watch pornography and masturbate. Then later she wasn't even enjoying sex with her husband. She wasn't, and I don't know what happened. She wasn't even able to give birth again, but she was still a virgin before she got married to her husband. So I feel like most of them, due to the fact that since when we were small, you put into us that you're not supposed to have sex until you get married, and believe it or not, we are human beings. The male counterparts are more comfortable. They can sleep around. and they might still end up getting married, and they're looking for a woman who's ready to get married. So most of them will be like, okay, how some of them they are not able to, how will I how will I control this sexual urges? How can I get through this? Some of them might now go into pornography. Do you understand? And they do it behind closed doors. You will not know, but they might not end up harming them for anything when they do it. But they don't know that eventually it's actually building to eventually affect them in the long term. So most of them, because of the way society has made, okay, women especially, do you understand? Don't. So most of them resort to getting released through that channel.
All right, so that's a good one now. So quickly, let's just look at one or two ways we can help the teenagers out there, those ones who are really engrossed in pornography, they are addicted to it. So what are the ways do you think, what are the ways you think rather they can come out of it? Because it has really done a lot of harm. And also I want you to also relate your answers to your response to that aspect of technology. What should parents do also to help their children cope that issue of pornography?
In regards to parents, I'm going to split it. In regards to parents, I feel like parents should be. A child won't be able to open up to you about their addiction to pornography if you are not close to that child. Yes, and if you maybe always beat that child, or you're scary, they find you scary, they won't always open to you concerning. So I feel like for parents to be able to actually help, honest, parents cannot do much, but the little they do actually helps.
Okay.
Just being there, able to listen to your child, you understand, and when they want help, you help them. Do you understand? When they come to help, you don't discriminate them, you help them, don't make them feel worse about it. Do you get? Then in terms of technology, it's not about seizing their phone. Some people are like, okay, the parents should seize their phone, the parents should do this. It's not about that. These children, they can do it, they get satisfaction in working in two different ways. It's not really true for nowadays. So if you're talking about the teenager themselves,
let me cut you. I'm talking about parents and not seizing their phones and all that. So do you think a child who is always with a parent, that if a parent should seize the phone of a child who is always with them,
okay,
and the child will also devise another means to start watching pornography when he or she does not have any means of any technology, like any handy technology?
It doesn't have to be through technology. There are magazines.
And then how will the child access those magazines when you're always with your parents?
The child will go to school. Do you understand? Do you understand? We eventually go to. You cannot be.
So now this involves the school as well. So that means it's not just the parents' job to help.
Yes, some children, some people. If they are not, if you seize their phone, if you go to schools today, even in my secondary school, back when I was secondary school, there are people that used to bring their Android phone to class.
Okay.
And there are some people that even maybe during free period they are watching pornography. Do you understand?
So this brings us to a general what's it called, advice. Now we have actually involved the school, so it's not just on a parent angle. So parents have a role to play.
Yes.
The society also have a role to play. Okay. So can you please advise the parents, the society, the school, probably, and the people involved in this addiction how to come out?
Yes. School, even my school back then, they ban students from bringing their Android phone into the school premises. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. When you bring it in, they seize your phone. They probably bring your parents and say, "Well, your phone is not allowed." But students will always they will bring in that phone, even as young as secondary school.
So what do you think they should do? What do you think they should do? That's the point. They can look for solutions.
Yes, they can look for solutions. They have to there's what they call orientation.
Okay.
Orientate students on the harmful effect of these things and what they can do. Yes, I'm back in my secondary school. I remember having a lot of orientations. I even got tired of it. Yes, but
was it effective?
It was effective. You will eventually get tired of it. But every year, they always have these orientations. It can be about just keeping yourself to marriage, about life generally. Then they'll talk about this pornography stuff, and it's usually just orientate them about these harmful consequences. And that's one role that I know that the school can play in it, because we're saying that okay, let's just stick by these schools. So far we ban them from bringing in this stuff. They will bring it in. I'm telling you, students will always be students. They will bring this thing in.
So you feel orientation is the best?
Yeah, orientating them.
Okay.
Yeah, they should also be watchful. Do you understand? Seize their phones and implement, like, put in, like, action should be taken when they are caught with their phones. But just that orientation is very important.
Okay.
Secondly, they have to set in steps, just make long-term steps to curb or to ensure that they don't fall back to this addiction. Do you understand? Or they can consider getting help from outside, like getting therapy, consider doing that. Now, how do they understand their addiction? You have to know your symptoms. How do you know if you're addicted to sex? Do you know? If you're addicted to pornography, do you know? How do you know that? You know that, like, they tend to waste majority of their time watching pornography. Their time is wasted. Do you understand? They have to know what are those symptoms. That okay, this is very bad. I'm addicted to this. They have to know what triggers them. What triggers them could be maybe what your friend posts on their status. There are some of your friends that post weird or things are not supposed to be posted in public. They post it on their status. It could be those pop-up ads that show unclad people. Then that's where it starts. What triggers you? Do you understand? And when it triggers you, you should find things that will distract you until those urges are down. Do you understand? Find that if you're a gamer, you can go ahead and play a game. If you want to go and read gist on Instablog, go ahead. Just do something that will distract you until the urges are down. And you have to make slowly and gradually do things to make you not watch pornography. Do you understand? Watch porn. Just like, for example, if prevents being in a private place for so long, prevent being idle for so long. Do you understand? Well, if your system, if you make use of your system to watch pornography, put your system in a public place so that you remember, okay, I'm in a public place, so I can't do this. Do you understand? That's like a temporary way of, like, helping you cope that. You can also the sources of those pornography. What are those sources? Prevent those sources. If it's through DVD, break the DVD, throw it sideways. If it's magazine, shred it or burn it. If it's through your phone, your phone or your laptop, go to those sites. You can't destroy your phone. You can just, they are what's called internet sensors.
Okay.
Use those internet sensors. They act as parental control that limits the sites in which you visit to watch those pornography. Do you understand? You can also do that. So another way, like, you can do that is, like, you monitoring your progress. Do you understand? Because sometimes you might relapse and you want to give up. So don't give up. Do you understand? Don't be like, oh God, this thing is bad. How am I going to stop it? I'm trying to stop this and I relapsed back into it. Don't just discourage yourself, because if you don't have that confidence, you will not be able to overcome this addiction. Do you understand? Then in the part of considering, you can also, like, what you use your time to do. Do you understand? If you don't get an activity or a hobby to do to replace the time you spend in watching pornography, you're likely to fall back into it. So it's very necessary. Maybe you go out, if you like running, go out, run, meet people, engage in sporting activities. Do you understand? To expend your energy. Do you understand? Because there are other benefits to doing that also. Do you understand? If you want to play indoor water, just play, do something that will replace that time. Do you get? So most importantly, apart from doing those, yes, you get the help of the therapist. Consider getting therapy, telling a trusted adult or a guidance counselor. But most importantly, you have to involve God in it, because all things are possible with God. Yes. Pray to God. God, intercede in this situation for me, darling. Always pray every day. Put it as a point of prayer that, God, please, this situation, I need your help. Help me so that I shall overcome this addiction. And God is the best doctor overall. So they definitely, doing all these things to definitely help you. There will definitely be some improvements. So that's just all. Thank you very much, Ma. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yes, all right, guys. We've had it all. The essence of this show is to encourage us to say no to pornography. You have to be intentional about it. You have to be serious about it. Tell yourself that I don't want to do this anymore, and by the help of God and by the grace of God, if you are intentional about it, you will see yourself coming out of it. See you in our next video.
We love you. God bless you.
Bye.